Good morning and welcome back to Bitesize. We're here for our next session as the room starts to fill up. Just going to do a couple of tech issues just to make sure that we are recording, which we are. So welcome back to our second Bitesize of the year. We have backstage a couple of product experts as well, who's here to answer your questions, Neil and Emma. Yep, so basically we're going to crack straight on today again like we did last time with the demo. In this webinar, we're going to show you how to streamline property matching by correctly adding your properties and applicants to the database. From this, you're going to learn best practices to optimize your searches, reduce your mismatches, and connect the right applicants with the perfect properties. As usual, just take some time, sit back, watch, it's being recorded, and we will just sort of say, as I said, we have our experts backstage who will be answering your questions. If we can try and keep the questions related to the webinar content, that would be amazing. If you have any other questions, we can reach out after the webinar. So let's get going. Bear with me. So today on our webinar with myself, Madeline, I'm an Alto software trainer. We're also joined by Neil. Morning, Neil.
Morning. Good morning.
Who is also one of our trainers as well. And we have Camilla back with us, who is also is one of our solutions specialists. Today's agenda, we're going to be looking at streamlining your property matching, unlocking your perfect matches, the power of accurate information, and we're also going to give you a bonus tip like we did last time. So we're going to crack straight on into the demo where Neil and Camilla will be sharing their expert tips on how to with your contacts and your properties. So I'm just going to allow Neil to share.
Hi everyone. Creating a new applicant contact could not be easier. So just start by going to Contacts, click on the red plus button and start filling out the essential information. Now today we'll be using a pre-filled contact record for clarity. So on the record, this includes name, contact details and preferred communication method. So we should start by ensuring that we include the type of applicant at the top, their intention and the lead source. The name, number and email are below this. Clicking on the second tab, Position, you should also add in their position, disposal, and reason for moving. It's also worth adding that all of these details can be used later when we're reporting and grouping. So it's also good to add in here a timeline if that's something that you're aware of on this screen. The next tab along is the Preference Center. This is key for adding in GDPR consent to ensure property matching can take place. Now, working our way down the left-hand side, you'll find requirements. And within requirements, it's really important to put a realistic price range in the price from and to. This will help to avoid mismatches when properties are sent out. In this section, we can also include the accurate amount of bedrooms required by the customer. Below, in the areas dropdown, you can tick the areas the customer is looking. These can be customized for the places each of your offices covers within your agency. So you can add in new areas for each branch that you've added. Under features at the bottom there, you can also add in any additional details, such as whether it has a garden, the condition it's in, even things like equestrian details that are included within the property. Now, while details are being added in the requirements section, Alto will be instantly bringing up all available properties on the system that meet your customers' requirements. The properties in the list will highlight their key features and what the property includes. A matching email can be sent out quickly by clicking Matching Properties to select all the available properties, or you can just tick the chosen individual properties from the list. And then you go up and click on Matches and down into Output Wizard. And this allows you to send out an email with the property details directly to the applicant, and you can make any changes you'd like to the email before it's sent out. I'll now hand over to Neil to continue the demo. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Camilla. So yeah, we'll look at the output wizard a little bit more closely in a moment, but we've just demonstrated here how you can match one applicant out to a number of properties. But we also want to show you it from the other way around as well, matching a property out to a list of people who might be interested in it. Now, your matching will only work well if you've got good quality information filled into your property record in the first place. So to make sure you've got some impactful emails and things, it's recommended, of course, that you get some good quality photos in there. Notice on this screen, there is a little guide button there that does give you a few tips on making sure you're putting your photos in the best fashion. I've just got a simple property here, but it may be that you've got photos showing rooms from different angles as well. It's important to have a good description in there so that when the email goes out, they've got the detail you want them to see. Remember, and of course, we've got a wonderful new AI summary generator to give you a starting point on that. Similarly, floor plans, very good for enabling people to really visualize how to find their way around the property. But I want to particularly point out the features and areas section. Please do make sure that you select at least one area for matching. This is the biggest problem and mistake that I've seen people make and then be querying support as to why their matching isn't working. And it's because they've never selected in here to tell the system in which of the areas that we're marketing properties does this property appear. So it's very critical if you want your matching to work correctly. Okay. Price, of course, because that's going to match to our applicants. And we mentioned there the property features that can be selected on our applicants' requirements. So those features will not work or show up on an applicant match if we haven't gone in and told the system what matching features this property has got. Okay. So once we've got all that information in there, then of course the system shows us how many people this might match to. So in this case here, it's telling me on my overview, I've got 13 people. If I click into that list, actually it's only showing 11 on the right-hand side. Now that isn't a mistake in the system. This will only affect those of you who've been using the system or have got applicants registered in your database prior to GDPR. So the default in the system is that it's only matching to those people where we have permission. Now, because I've got quite an old database here and some older applicants in, notice if I include those where the GDPR consent is unknown, then I get the full 13 people in here. As Camilla said, it is a very good idea to make sure people have got price ranges in there. But just to so you don't miss out on any opportunities, be aware you can include people with no price range in case you've got people in there who haven't been perhaps added in the best manner. And notice that now increases, so I could actually send out 18 people now, unlike the 11 that I started off with. So once I've got the list of people I want, again, I can either select individuals to email to, or I can select everybody on the list, remembering that this list is only going to show you 10 people at a time. So in order to make sure you are sending out to everybody, I select all 18 there. I then go up to Docs and I opt to send a brochure, which takes me back into the output wizard, which is where we left the applicant. So this time, rather than one person being sent a list of properties, I'm now sending one property to a list of people. And the system has automatically worked out for me what is the cheapest manner I can use to send this information to each person. So do be aware if you have someone in there without an email address, then the system may be prompting you to print something out for them as well. In an instance like that, if you only want to concentrate on those with the email addresses, click on the heading here that says at email, and the system will then remove anybody from the list who doesn't have an email address. Underneath, we can then customize the message we're sending out to them. Notice you can make this part of the screen bigger just by dragging up in the middle there. So as you can see, my message is a bit wrong at the moment. Please find below a list of properties. Well, I'm only sending them out one property, so let's modify this message. Please find below a property, so we can customize the message that we're sending out to them to make it more applicable. Be very careful as well. You'll notice at the top here, Ben is currently highlighted. So at the moment, I've only changed Ben's message. If I was to click on Fred or Janice there, notice they're still getting the original message. What you may not have spotted is the moment I changed the message for Ben, this option appeared underneath apply this template for all. If I select that, that ensures then that everybody is getting the newly amended message. Now, before I send that out, just to point out, what I'm sending out here is what we recommend, a web style list. Now, whilst I could change on the heading here to choose to send them a brochure, and there's nothing wrong in that, it's not perhaps the best man. If you're sending them a brochure, there will be an attachment. So they've got to open up the email, and if they are interested, then open up the attachment to see the details of the property. As you're already aware, the system can feed back to you and tell you whether they've read the email or not. But what it's not able to do is tell you whether they've opened up the attachment. If, however, we're sending a web style list out, there are no attachments to have to open. The moment they open up the email, they'll see the summary information and the first few photographs of the property. And if they are truly interested, there's a button they can click on that will take them to the internet so they can see the full detail of the property. Not only that, but now, rather than the system just being able to tell you whether they've opened the email or not, it's also going to be able to tell you whether they've clicked on that button. Were they interested enough to actually go in and seek further information about that property? So if I hit OK here, and I'll send my details out. Don't be put off if it seems to hesitate there. The system is working, but behind the scenes, it's creating an individual email for each person on that list. And then we'll be able to see that all recorded in the timeline of the property, and also, of course, the timeline of each individual. The advantage, as I say, of using the web style list means that we can then come back to the home page, and we can then look at the success of that mail out. So if I go into my email marketing section, the paper airplane icon on your homepage there, and let's expand this to show what's been sent out in the past month. You can see now, I can see how many marketing emails have been sent. So these are the ones that have been sent from the output wizard. How many were successfully delivered, how many of them were opened, and how many of them were actually clicked on. And the system sorts the list on the left-hand side. So those applicants who were really engaged and looking at what you're sending them will be at the top of this list. So how many times have they been opening these emails? Have they been clicking on any properties? And you'll see those clicks showing on the right-hand side. So if you've sent them maybe 6 properties over the past 3 weeks, you'll see the 6 properties on the right-hand side, and you'll be able to see which ones they clicked on, which ones did grab their interest. Okay, so that's maximizing your matching capabilities and getting the full benefit of them being able to see the result of that mail out as well.
Amazing. Thank you, Neil. Thank you so much, Neil, and thank you so much to Camilla as well. So we're going to just have a little bit of background information like we normally do. So unlocking your perfect matches. So why are these details important? You've seen Neil, you've seen Camilla go through all these in details, and now we need to understand why they're actually important. So you're going to get enhanced matching accuracy. So you're going to be able to filter your properties more effectively, save time on unsuitable options, and increase your successful matches. You're going to have efficient resource allocation. So this is going to prioritize your leads and contact applicants based on readiness and suitability. You're going to be able to optimize your time and resources better. You're also going to have improved client satisfaction, as you can see here from these reviews, Applicants will feel understood, they'll build trust, and it can lead to positive reviews, repeat business, and referrals. And finally, you're going to have better market analysis and forecasting. So you're going to have clear applicant data helps analyze these demand trends. You're going to predict preferences, and you're going to identify potential matches more effectively. There is effects, though, of the missing information. From this, you're going to end up having reduced buyer renter interest. So listings without these high quality photos, as we showed, accurate floor plans or clear descriptions can fail to capture interest and deter your inquiries. Misunderstandings and buyer renter frustrations. So inaccurate property information can lead to this wasted time, frustration and mismatches, especially when location details or property features do not align with your applicant's needs. That's why it's key to ensure that your application registration is on point. Negative impact on your property valuation. So missing property details can lead to inaccurate valuations, affecting pricing strategies and buyers' financing options. And you're going to have slower transactions and missed opportunities. So incomplete listings can lead to longer market times and missed opportunities with potential buyers or renters. And then finally, it's going to be your reputation and impact. So missing or inaccurate details can erode trust, leading to lost business and negative referrals. So there's a little bit more information. We've got a bit of statistics for you. So what does it mean for your listings? You're going to have increased click rates. So listing with floor plans receive higher engagement. Sales listings with a floor plan experienced a 9% higher search click rate, and listings saw a 4% increase compared to those without floor plans. First impressions, 93% of buyers from an opinion about a property based on its imagery. It's the first thing that you look at. Missing material information. So 51% of listings missed ground rent material details. 24% of these didn't include EPC ratings. 34% of listings didn't include the council tax band information. And 74% of property listings lacked size information. Negative impacts. So 54% of applicants are less likely to buy or rent a property if information is missing. 41% of these will assume missing information indicates potential issues with the property. So that's kind of an overall of the background of it. We've got some backup data and some information. You've had your amazing demo as well from Neil and Camilla. So now it's time for your bonus tip. So I'm going to start a poll. I'm just going to bring the poll up onto the screen, and we're going to give you that option to choose for your bonus tip, which Neil will be demoing for us. Okay, we've definitely got a clear winner coming on. Everybody wants to see the portal leads. Okay, and if you're ready, Neil, you can start sharing your database again for us, and we can now show them the bonus tip.
So hopefully everybody can see my screen again. Shout up if there's any problems.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Excellent. So yeah, we're looking at our inquiries section of the system. So you will see on your home dashboard, it can tell you how many inquiries you've got coming in, or we can click on inquiries, that target icon on the left-hand side of the home page. My apologies that my screen doesn't show many inquiries coming into my database at the moment, but I've got an example of one there. It should look something more like this. So you can see lots of inquiries coming in. We can see the source of the inquiry, which portal or website is that inquiry coming in from. And then we've got these dots on the right-hand side, which aim to indicate whether the inquiry is coming in from somebody who's already registered with you, or whether this is a brand new inquiry. For further information, we do have an inquiries article in the Help Centre. So coming back to my screen then, we can see I've got an inquiry in here from Linda Carlson. And if I click on her magnifying glass, it shows me she wants to book a viewing. So there's a message, can I view this? And the property in question is 45 Beachfields Way. She's got a red dot alongside her name, which indicates that this is a brand new contact. Alto can find no evidence of this name, phone number, or email address already on any of my contacts. So to very quickly now create a contact record for Linda, all I need to do is tick the box here, click accept, and the system will create a fully fledged contact record with all of her contact details on there, as well as all of the detail of what she wants from ourselves, so we can start following up on that inquiry. If you see a red dot on the right-hand side, that indicates to you that Alto is 100% confident that that person is already registered. Now, we're trying to avoid duplication here. We want people to only have a single record, regardless of how much we might be doing for them. So in the case of a red dot, it will then show me in this space here, under part exchange, the duplicate record that it's found. And there'll be the option on there to click on that to then preview and see whether it is exactly the same person, to check for yourself. And if so, there'll be a merge option that you can click on there. So it merges all the latest detail from this inquiry onto Linda's existing contact record. You may also see an orange or yellowish sort of dot there as well. That indicates that the system thinks they may already be registered with us, but there's not enough information on this inquiry for the system to be 100% sure. So again, it will show you the potential duplicates in this area here. You can check to see whether it is the same person or whether they just maybe coincidentally have exactly the same name. So you've got the choice as to whether you merge it onto an existing record or, again, tick the box, click accept to turn that person into a fully fledged contact record with all of their details already on that record.
Right then, thank you so much, Neil. So as long as we can all see, we're going to check this one as well now. Everyone can see the screen. Brilliant. Okay, Lisa, thank you. So as per usual, we're going to give you a partner of the month. And this month we're focusing on Focal Agent, who is our professional photography and property marketing for ambitious estate agents. With our partner, you can see 1.6.3% of higher selling price for professional photography, 5 more click-throughs for professional photography, and 41% have more leads for lettings properties with this professional photography. Tongue twister. Okay. So, and you've last minute availability. And again, this can be found when you go to your Alto database and you go to tools and your integrations. You're able to go in and request a demo or leave your interest. So we have had a lot of questions coming in. We will come back to these questions as well if they haven't been answered. So as a reminder, we do have our new Alto Skills, which is our digital learning space where you can register for this. If you're not already registered, please let us know and we can get this set up for you. You also have your help centre, which we saw that Neil did demo part of the help centre as well, where you can find articles and quick information. If you've got a quick, say, for example, you needed to know how to add a property, you could quickly put that in and it will give you the step-by-step guide. And of course, our training options as well, which are available. So these are available for you to book on if you feel that you need any further on additional support. So competition time. We're not announcing the winner this time from last month. We're actually going to give you a second chance to enter. And again, what we will do is we will do a competition winner on our April bite size. But all we need you to do is leave your feedback for this webinar today. So what you can do is by leaving your feedback from the webinar, you can have the opportunity to win a branch health check for your company worth £150. What we'll do is we'll put together all the data and we will somebody from our team will present this to you and see if we can find and help you further. You can just scan the little QR code on the screen as well. Okay. Thank you very much for joining today. We have near enough come to time as well. So we really appreciate you joining. We really appreciate your support with these webinars. And thank you again. Enjoy your day. And we look forward to seeing you in April, where we will have another webinar for you, bite-sized webinar. The way you've registered for this as well, we can just say there is actually is available on our registration page already now. So you can already get registered, ready for April. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great day and we will see you next month.